improved? Good. He is a little fast, like he was trotting a little fast, like he was in a little bit of a scatterbrain thing going on, so it kind of made sense that he didn't hear you right away. So as fast as he was trotting, he was kind of not able to hear you right away. He was a little scatterbrained. Good boy. Good. Well, that's because you had to yield him that way with the rein, so you kind of got him in this front end the other way. So that's a fun game when you get it, you know, like when you get enough of the elements together that when he hears that, he's going to be like, oh, I'm supposed to go over there. And like I said, it's just playing with it around the mounting block and then jumping over the mounting block and basically saying, this is how you're going to get to rest, you know, and then make it a rest time and make it just a pleasant, once he's, you know, he gets all that energy, and then once he gets to, and he feels like he's allowed to take a breath and not about to get asked to run again right away. Then in this way, this will be like base, you know. He'll think, well, okay, I'll get there. And then, you know, you can do it like canter, you know, and just really start taking it up. I would say right now he's got to still master the trot, but, you know, you have certainly things to strive for. Now, ask him to go to the mountain, but let me see what he does when he may be just trying to tell you something about being ridden. So let's see what he says. Act like you're going to get on him. Yeah, I'm going to see what he does. I'm curious. Go away and come back. I wanted to see something. I just want to see if he does something again. Because often it means pain. Alright. Okay, and do everything the same. Okay. I just want to wait for something. I want to see if he does anything. Okay. He didn't. Okay. He shook his head. And often when horses are in pain, it's how they shake it off. And I was just making sure that maybe he had a tickle in his ear and he was shaking his head because of a tickle in his ear. But often it looks like they got a fly in their ear and they're just shaking off a fly, or they got their hair tickling their ear and they're shaking their mane out of their ear. But I have enough experience with horses that are in pain that it's also, and you'll see a horse that like hurts themselves, and in the moment that they hurt themselves, they'll shake their head like 15 times, like they're shaking it off. So I pay attention to their head shake in case they're trying to tell you they're in pain. So I was curious if he was going to do that again. Because it could be like, have you ever, I mean, now I'm pointing it out to you, you may not have noticed. Have you ever noticed if he shakes his head when you get on or when you get off? Or okay. And this mounting block's not tall enough for you, right? Okay. Well, and plus, it's possible that getting on process is uncomfortable for him. And he, yeah, I mean, as soon as you acted like you were going to get on, he hollowed out. So that, and then when he shook his head, I was like, okay, maybe he hollowed out and said my back hurts. And then when I mean, it shouldn't make a difference that way, but I mean, you can try it and see if he's getting back sore because of, I mean, you've got so much padding there, I can't see that that's actually going to make a difference. But maybe the distribution of weight would be better if it was in the saddle and not in the constant spot. But then again, what you're going to ride English or Western? Oh, okay. So, oh yeah, I think I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, see if, I mean, try that just like consistently for the next 2 weeks and see if some of this behavior stops. Maybe he's finding that there's too much like concentrated weight in one spot. Maybe you do need to actually have it dispersed across his back better. Generally speaking, they prefer bareback, so I would be surprised if that was it, but I can't say that you can't rule it out. Yeah, I mean, he's going to always have a little bit of a hitch, but it's nothing that I would go, oh my God, your horse is lame, don't move him another step, you know. But you know, he's always going to have a little bit of a hitch. I was actually thinking maybe having him get on and see what he does there, if his face changes or if he hollows out worse. The other thing I want to do is maybe we could teach him to go on a circle with his head down and help him strengthen his top, you know, his back. The only, because he seemed as soon as he actually believed it wasn't a mounting block game anymore, he started to go, oh wait, you know, I want to start having a problem with this again. So I want to make sure that he's not trying to tell us something. Let me see. I don't want to make them wrong when they're telling us they're in pain. If we can rule it out, then great, and then it's behavioral. But if it has a chance that it's not behavioral, I'd like to make sure that we're not telling him, suck it up, buttercup, you know? Because yeah, then it get worse and worse, and he'll not come in here, and you know they should use that as its own game. Okay, go ahead and take him over there and look. Oh, I might have to set. Oh. Oh, why would he's doing something new without the
Well, I had the raised off, I put the rope back on, so she gave me a little bit of support when you step up.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you're having now, block out. Better now? Back it out?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep it over that nearby, so in case you need it. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I mean, I still tell Ritz he's a good boy. He's 15 years old and he's been doing it since he was 6 months old. So I still tell him he's a good boy. There's no reason to not tell him the rest of his life. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so just be like, I didn't say move. kind of that attitude, like, I didn't say, like, you put a kid in timeout, and you said, I didn't say you're done, get over here, you know, so this way he doesn't feel like he's got the ability to he's creating his own gray here, and he's getting away with it. So it's, he steps away, be like, I didn't say, get back over here. And he's been doing that too? And that too? Huh. Yeah, actually I saw him do that with May this morning when he brought him in. He pulled the legal. Hey, I want to look over here. I want to look over here. He was kind of pulling that kind of crap. So his manners are getting out of kilter a little bit. Ooh. Tango and Pancho are having a little argument. Yeah, she keeps threatening him. She's backing up to him. She just tried to kick him, and then he ran away, and now she's backing up to him. Okay, I'm only going to have you just walk, you know, maybe one quick lap around, and then we're going to get off and get back on.
Okay.
He doesn't seem upset right now.
No, and that's kind of what I noticed, like he hasn't been trotting around with his ears pinned or anything like that. And he gets a little bit up. You know, he's like walking a little fast. I didn't ask for this. I didn't anticipating.
And you feel that you're creating a pretty solid seat on him, that you're not necessarily really banging on his back?
I'm doing my best.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to make sure that he's not forming an opinion because something's creating discomfort for him, that's all.
Right. Well, that happens.
Okay. So you can either bring him back towards the mounting block or just find a good place to dismount that's not saying, like I would never dismount at a gate.
Right.
Just pick a spot that would be comfortable for him to dismount, and we're going to get back on it. And the only other thing I would do is, when you brought him up mounting block, because of the range being short, is, you know, you kind of like brought him where he had to kind of like scuff the side of it. I would still, even if you have to take take the snap off and ask him to go out and then come to you, and then you can, you know, snap it, because he's right here, you can snap it back on. Because I think, like, he had to kind of navigate one front leg away from it to get around it. It was, you brought him that way, you know what I mean? So, and that probably, even if he had a mounting block problem before we started working with him, that probably resembles the way people used to do it with him, to where now he's making the association with being rude. And, you know, we're trying to, like, erase whatever history he has. Any horse, I always try to erase their history so we can give him a good history. Okay. So, go ahead and give him. Good. Good. Good boy. Yeah, so that's almost like where you like almost lean over and invite him as if you're asking for. Yeah. So I do step up instead of kiss there because kiss could mean go. Step up means just one step. Yeah. Or give him a lighter sounding kiss, because that might be a. there is you're saying step up, step up, step up, as opposed to step up, you haven't done it yet, step up, you haven't done it yet, step up, you haven't, you know what I mean? Right, so he's like, well, I guess I really don't have to do it because she just said I did it, right? So when you make the cue, stand strong to the cue. Good. Good, ask them to back up. Good. So what I would do is before, like when you're ready to do that, like if you come to the mounting block with the reins like that, I would, you know how you flip them over his head to ask him to yield before? Just flip it over his head so that it is going over that side of him. And then, you know, now you have this rein coming down and snapping over that side. You know what I mean? Because you had this rein on him close to you, and then you're like, well, I have to, instead you could have gone and then just snapped it. You know what I'm saying? You bring it on, you know. So like you had him like this, you did all your work, and now instead of going like this and trying to get that, just go like this and go like that. Sorry. And we're going to make sure that the snaps are, so the spurs are going this way instead of into his throat. So I would like slap his shoulder to tell his shoulder to go away. Good. Yep. Good, good. Well, he kind of didn't release the yield. You held that up. Yeah, so he took the extra step, but you were asking for it. So it wasn't repeating more than you asked for it. Good. 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 Go for it. Give him a rub. Let him know he did right. It's hard. Even if it was miscommunication on your part, it was still hard for him to read between the lines. Yeah, we're going to get on and then just see. Now, that's going to be the thing, is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it, so now we're going to take a few steps like I planned on riding. Then you're going to go ahead and get off. And what we're going to do is we're going to teach him that walking off until you're told is not acceptable. And we're going to fix the bareback tie, but fix it where you're not pulling this fur back the wrong way. Yeah? Can't make it too wrong for that. He thought he was doing something. He was actually trying to be good. So even now you can swing the rope over now and you've got your advantage, and then when you're ready to snap on, you can. Yeah. Good boy. So keep your left rein slightly shorter. Yep. And now stop him right now.